Why the best player alive barely run? I'm gonna answer this question. Yep. I'm gonna acquire some knowledge that we don't need. And yep. And I'm very charismatic. Why the best player alive barely runs? And I can't even pronounce this word. Okay, let's lock it. All right.
Won more Ballon d'Or trophies than any
We're gonna find out.
player in history. He scored more goals
Why?
in a calendar year than any living player. When he left Barcelona in 2021,
Why do you think that barely? Fuck, I'm gonna keep pronouncing it wrongly. Barely. I can't roll my tongue. That's the thing. I'm a very Chinese guy. Barely run. I think they don't run that much because they're trying to preserve their energy, right? And when you are the striker, you wait for the good moment. It's like you're a predator in a savannah in Africa.
when he left Barcelona in 2021, the club aired every single goal he'd ever scored for them. The broadcast started at 11:15 at night. It ended at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, sure.
5 hours of goals that each lasted only a few seconds. And yet, in a typical match, Messi barely runs.
Messi barely run. Yeah, because it's Messi, right? It's just like messing around in the field. You know, you get my joke. It's not that funny, but still.
In a 2017 game against Real Madrid, one of the biggest rivalries in all of sports, Messi ran for just 4 minutes.
He ran for 4 minutes because he's old. Is it really that hard to figure things out? I mean, people say Cristiano Ronaldo is such a legend because he beat Messi and he also beat Messi's sons. But hypothetically, let's put it this way, right? I'm not sure if Cristiano Ronaldo beat Messi, but a lot of people say that. Yeah, I try to be neutral. I don't want to get attacked by any side. So what's the point I'm making? I'm making no point. Sorry, guys.
He walked for more than 80 of the game's 90 minutes.
Yeah. The point I'm making is Cristiano Ronaldo, he aged really, really well. This is why he's a legend. I think he has an insane protocol to maintain his physique and stuff and his training. 3 goals in World Cup. I mean, he's a superhuman, of course, right? But let's see. He kind of show off his physique in his recent picture. Physique. Let me check. When he's doing a sauna or something. I think this one is the latest one. Yeah, this is the latest one. He looked like a holy shit. He's jacked as fuck though. I'm slightly more jacked than him, but still, it's very impressive. I was talking about Messi. But when you compare who is the GOAT, right? GOAT and yeah, the greatest of all time. A lot of people don't know what GOAT stands for. And he still have a teenager body and he's like 50 years old. And he's a billionaire too. And by the way, Jesus, he's winning in life, man. That's the man that I want to be, that I could be, but I will never be. Okay, lock it.
When he was engaged, he created 9 chances, scored a goal, and assisted another.
Oh!
Then he went back to walking. 9 chances, scored a goal, and assisted another.
9 chances. Ronaldo is the GOAT. Messi is legend. Nobody beat his record yet. Okay, sure. Now I know where you stand. Yep. You're gonna get attacked by the fans of Messi. But it's fine. You're on Twitch, right? Yeah. I show speed like Ronaldo.
Then he went back to walking.
Okay, relax.
He scored in every minute of a professional match except minutes 1 and 2. The only minutes he doesn't score are the minutes he spends just watching. His former coach, Pep Guardiola.
Oh, what?
Professional match. Then he went back.
Let's root it.
9 scored a goal and assisted another. Then he went back to walking. He scored in every minute of a professional match except minutes 1 and 2. The only minutes he doesn't score are the minutes.
What do you mean by scoring? Every minute? In 3 minutes or what?
Game against Real Madrid, one of the biggest rivalries in all of sports. Messi ran for just 4 minutes. He walked for more than 80 of the game's 90 minutes.
Okay, sure.
When he was engaged, he created 9 chances, scored a goal, and assisted another. Except,
I assume they kind of move like a predator. Yeah. That's their role as a striker, right? They have to preserve their energy. When the time is right, they have to go all out. So they can't just running around, like that's roles in the field.
Minutes 1 and 2.
So
The only Pep Guardiola once described it like this: right, left, left,
right,
right.
left,
He
right.
smells who is the weak point of the back four. After 5-10 minutes, he has the map.
Oh, I knew it. I predicted it. Yep, that's the Predator. They are very smart. They have to find out the weak link in the in the crowd, right? I mean in the group, and just prey on that. That's a massive approach though. Sounds a bit unethical, but yeah, we are talking about a match here. Winner takes everything. He smells who is the weak point of the back, and after 5-10 minutes, he has a map. Okay, sure.
The map. But a map of what? In 2011, a team of scientists put both an amateur soccer player and Cristiano Ronaldo through an experiment. They crossed a ball from the wing, and the amateur is totally lost. He isn't even close to the ball. It's not a big surprise, right? I mean, they turned the lights off. Now let's see how Ronaldo does.
Yeah, it's like a lion.
Perfect. Right in the back of the net. And Ronaldo's strong, and he's fast, and he's incredibly good looking, but that has nothing to do with strength or speed or being incredibly good.
Okay, sure. Are you saying you are not good looking? No, you're pretty good looking. Yeah, you have the look of your uncle. I'm just kidding.
Looking. It's impressive, right? Or was it luck? Well, they did it again with a half volley, and as you might expect, same result. His brain had already understood the trajectory of where the ball would be before the lights went out. He didn't even need to see it arrive.
Wow.
So how is this possible? How is Messi such an elite scorer without needing to move much? What is he actually doing in those first minutes when he's just walking and looking? How does Ronaldo know where a ball will land when he can't even see it? Are these just incredible reflexes, or is it something else entirely?
I mean, it's some kind of instinct, right? If you're in the field since you are 7 years old, you have that kind of instinct. And if you're in the field since you're 7 years old, you're training at least 5 hours a day. When you are 30 years old, you kind of even know, you kind of feel the change of the wind and stuff, and you can really sense where the ball is coming from, and the smell in the air, the change in the wind, the direction of the wind and stuff when you're in the field, right? And you could probably predict that the ball is coming your way. Yeah, and then the way your teammate is like running towards and stuff, they are communicating. Yeah, you're becoming God. So, and I'm just yapping.
Well, most sports actually happen faster than human reaction time should really allow. A Major League fastball reaches home plate in about 400 milliseconds. That's less than half a second. But a batter's brain needs roughly 200 milliseconds. Half that time, just to see that an object is in flight, to send that message across the synapses, the gaps between neurons, to the back of the brain, and to initiate the muscular action for a swing. Not to actually swing, just to initiate movement. And not only that, but humans don't have a visual system capable of tracking an object as its angular position changes that rapidly as it approaches your face. So that advice we give kids to keep your eye on the ball, it's not possible. You can't
keep your eye on the ball?
A kid could close their eyes when the ball's halfway to home and it wouldn't make any difference if it weren't psychologically upsetting. The decision if and where to swing has to have happened already by that point.
Oh yeah, I think Michael Jordan talked about this too. He says that when you are in the field, right? Or Kobe Bryant, I don't know. One of these two guys. And when you're in the field, if you're thinking, you're already lost. Everything have to come in your nature. You just have to act instantly all the time. And yeah, if you're thinking, you're already too late. So
some sports are even more time limited than baseball, like boxing. Muhammad Ali's jab took about 40 milliseconds.
I'm thinking sometime when I'm streaming, I guess this is why my stream is boring.
To go from first perceptible movement to connecting with a face. That's faster than you could blink if I shined a flashlight in your face. Nobody is reacting to that. And yet, boxers still slip punches all the time.
But Muhammad Ali still get aged by time though, so he's still slow. But how can we explain that? Just kidding.
What's going on?
That's a bad joke.
Scientists have a name for what's actually happening here that allows humans to hit fastballs or connect on a header with the lights out or dodge a jab. They call it anticipatory skill.
Anticipatory skill?
And it doesn't come from faster reflexes. It comes from reading patterns before
I didn't expect this video to be so educational.
they unfold. Researchers like Janet Starks and Bruce Abernethy ran a series of studies where they showed athletes video footage of opponents in action, then they froze the footage at different moments. Elite performers could predict what was coming, a serve direction, a pitch type, a shot placement, from the opponent's body position alone, often before the ball had even left their hand. Novices who watched the same footage couldn't do it. They were watching the ball. The experts were reading the body. Consider Albert Pujols.
Also, the expert are reading the body of the opponent to predict where the ball will come from. That is actually smart.
Over a 22-year career, he hit 703 home runs and batted .296. Washington University in St. Louis brought him into a lab and tested his simple reaction time. He just had to press a button when a light flashed. He scored in the 66th percentile, slightly above average.
Okay, it's just normal, right?
But not superhuman.
Yes,
not even particularly fast. Actually, he did quite a bit worse than I did when I took the same test. And yet he smoked pitches traveling 95 miles per hour or faster year after year after year. But anticipatory skill does have a weakness. It only works when the patterns are familiar. In 2004, Pujols faced Jenny Finch, one of the greatest softball pitchers in history, during an exhibition game for charity. He couldn't even hit a foul ball off of her. Neither could the other major league hitters who stepped in against her that day. The results were so stark that it prompted a TV show where Finch would travel around.
Oh Jesus, he got distracted by the blonde here. There's no other explanation.
Major league teams and strike out their best hitters on a weekly basis. At least those who would face her. Alex Rodriguez refused even to try. On the face of it, it doesn't make sense. Sure, Finch throws from a closer mound, but her pitches in the mid-60s miles per hour were so much slower that
this video is a bit boring, but we still gotta finish it.
Flight time of the ball is about the same as a mid-90s fastball.
Mid-90s fastball major.
And yet, the best hitters couldn't touch it. Why? Because Finch pitches underhand, a full windmill delivery. These hitters had spent their entire careers reading overhand mechanics. The rotation of a pitcher's shoulder, the angle of the forearm, the flicker of the pitch, which is the flashing pattern that the seams on the ball make as it spins. Facing Finch, who had totally different shoulder rotation, arm angle, and ball spin, they were stripped of all.
Why would they want? Yeah, the way they throw the ball is so funny.
Totally different shoulder rotation, arm angle, and ball spin. They were stripped of all that learned expertise that allows them to predict the future. The prediction engine just had nothing to predict from. Look at what happens when a catcher is expecting a fastball.
I feel like he's filming this video in his kid's school library or something. Yep, it looked.
But gets thrown a breaking ball instead.
It looked kind of funny.
His glove doesn't even move, so it's clearly not his reflexes. A professional catcher, someone who handles 150 pitches a game, completely frozen. In fact, the Toronto Blue Jays are leveraging this exact vulnerability right.
Is he gonna explain about why the best player alive barely run?
On their 2026 roster, Trey Savage releases the ball from a height of 7.1 feet at a 64-degree arm angle. His teammate, Tyler Rogers, releases from 1.3. Their anticipatory models have to be rebuilt from scratch. The patterns they read from one delivery are useless.
There's this one Bruce Lee video I want to watch. Like YouTube keep pushing the video to me. Like Sex, Drug, and Power. Bruce Lee, something like that. That's the video title. I saw the video a couple of times whenever I'm browsing YouTube. I guess YouTube is guessing I would really like that video. And I'm a Chinese Asian, right? It'll be interesting to react to that video. Yep. Yeah.
Against the other. And remember what I said about boxing? It's even more time limited than baseball. Take a look at this. These two punches are in these boxers' lines of vision for about as long as punches can be. And watch this second one. Could a punch take any longer than this? You can't tell me he doesn't see that. Bam! It's not that he doesn't dodge it. He doesn't even begin to flinch.
Sometimes you see the punches coming, but you can't dodge it, right? So
because the punch came from a weird angle with strange body movements. And so it confounded his anticipatory skill. And he went down like a ton of bricks. So how did founded his anticipatory skill? And went
I'm too dumb to understand that.
down like a ton of bricks. So how did Messi, Ronaldo, and Pujols build this skill?
Oh, finally back to Messi Ronaldo.
And can the rest of us build it too?
Training.
The answer is something psychologists
10,000 hours. Yeah, that's my answer.
call
I'm guessing.
chunking.
Chunky.
Through years of repeated exposure, the brain stops processing raw information.
Oh yeah, chunking. I think I saw this word before. Iron Man in Atomic Habit. I used to read that book though. I can't read that book too. When he's beginning his like, read the arc, right? And everybody thought he's laughing. So
Information piece by piece and starts compressing it into familiar patterns. Different movements in a pitcher's windup and delivery become one recognizable unit, or a chunk, that conveys a signal to the batter's brain. Balls going.
when I'm driving too, yeah, let me tell you guys a secret. Actually, not a very big secret. I always use my phone when I drive. So I guess a lot of people do it too. Don't do it. It's very dangerous. I'm a very experienced driver. So I got a lot of chunking exercise too. Sometimes I would just drive in the highway and I drive for over like 30 kilometers. And I barely look at the road though. So, and nothing happened. I still arrive safely. And the traffic sometimes is good, sometimes it's bad. And I don't even have to look at the road that much because I have so much chunking exercise on driving because I'm a driver. So I'm on another level. So if you're a kid at home, please don't do this. I have some training under my belt, right? So, but still, yeah, don't ask me what I'm doing on my phone when I'm driving. This abstain is as smart as the other abstain. Yep. Play league together. I don't play with viewers. Sorry, cars. Yep. Sorry. I don't mean like I don't care about my viewer, but I would disrupt the stream though if I play with people. So sorry, I don't do that anymore. I used to do that a lot though until I realized that I need to do some content too sometimes. So yep, sorry. Yeah. Okay, I play a lot of single player game now most of the time. Abstinent. Okay, well, I don't know.
Swing or don't swing, and that decision has to happen almost immediately after the ball's released.
Sometimes I can just when a car is like driving towards me and I feel like I'm running into an accident, right? I can just dodge the car immediately. So, all right. Why are you talking like? What the fuck? Because I have this kind of reflex already. I don't even have to think about it when I'm driving. And sometimes I can even not see the road too. But it's very dangerous. Don't learn it. Just one. Why are you talking like cars is like a little creepy ghost or something. Like a little creepy predator or some shit. Yeah, you just want to play with you just one round.
A defender's hip angle becomes another. A formation on the field is another. The more of these chunks you've stored, the less you need to consciously process and the faster you can predict what's coming next. Some of the earliest research on chunking came from chess.
In the
1940s, a Dutch psychologist flashed mid-game positions to players for 3 seconds and then asked them if they could recreate the board. Grandmasters did it perfectly. Beginners
recreate the board? Jesus. There's gotta be some kind of genius who can recreate the board though. After you guys have been playing for maybe half an hour, and he can just remember every like past chess move. That's gonna be crazy.
Couldn't come close, so it looked like grandmasters just had photographic memory.
What in league? Are you trying to bait me? No.
Beginners couldn't.
Sorry, I don't play with viewers. Sorry, I just don't do that.
Come close. So it
you kind of disrupt the flow of the stream. I hope you understand.
Looked like grandmasters just had photographic memories. But a generation later, a group
You think I need you to carry? Think again.
of researchers recreated the famous experiment, but they added a wrinkle. This time, they also included boards with randomly placed pieces, positions that would never occur in a real game, even if they looked kind of normal. And in that condition, the grandmasters performed just like beginners.
Just like beginner?
They didn't have.
What they do?
This time, they also included boards with randomly placed pieces. Positions
Randomly placed pieces?
that would never occur in a real game, even if they looked kind of normal. wrinkle. This time, they also included boards with randomly placed pieces, positions that would never occur in a real game, even if they looked kind of normal. And in that condition, the Grandmasters performed just like beginners. They didn't have photographic memories at all. They had pattern libraries that broke down an otherwise chaotic board into small, meaningful groups or chunks. A real game board with 20 pieces wasn't 20 individual things to remember to them. It was just a few recognizable chunks. In 2007, National Geographic TV actually showed
This is a hard video to understand.
this in
Maybe I'm not focusing in hard enough.
dramatic demonstration with the Grandmaster Susan Polgar. They
Susan
sat
Polgar.
at a sidewalk table in the middle of a leafy block of Manhattan's Greenwich Village, in front of a cleared chessboard. New Yorkers were going about their jaywalking business when a white truck bearing a large diagram of a chessboard with 28 pieces in mid-game play
Okay. Is she gonna just memorize all of this?
took a left turn onto Thompson Street, past a deli, and then past Susan Polgar.
Yeah.
She glanced at the diagram as the truck drove by, and then she perfectly recreated it on the board in front of her.
I mean, there's a lot of this kind of people who has this kind of like scanner memory, or you would say like a photography memory. But they have some of these people have autism too. Some autism people, they have that superpower.
After Susan succeeded in that test, National Geographic TV turned the truck around to show the other side, which had a diagram with pieces placed at random. When Susan saw that side fly by, even though there were fewer pieces, she could barely recreate anything at all.
Why?
Quarterbacks do the same
Why though?
thing.
Why is
If
that?
you did an eye-tracking study of me and watched me play quarterback, you'd see me following
You're Epstein playing quarterback. Sure.
the person I want to throw to. And if they were covered, I'd switch
Okay, he's got, yeah.
and follow another player. But if you did an eye-tracking study of Tom Brady, you'd see him looking at spaces between players that give information about the relationship of the different parts and what's going to happen next.
I'm keep making fun of his last name. I'm so evil. Sorry.
He's a grandmaster playing speed chess. He has just seconds to throw.
Speed chess.
I recently
okay, sure.
attended a talk by NFL legend Drew Brees, and in it, he said that he probably only actually saw 50% of the receivers he ever threw to. He described being an NFL quarterback as like standing in the lobby of a downtown office building, and you look outside to the street, and cars are whizzing by. Those are your receivers. And looking out from the lobby, you see window, pillar, and you just catch glimpses of the cars between the pillars. From those fragmentary glimpses, you decide what's going on and where you can throw. This isn't just for grandmasters and elite athletes. All of us chunk in things in which we're skilled, and I'll prove it to you.
I think if you're in the field like for years and years, you can basically do that, right? Throw at your target without just using your instinct. You kind of know where to throw and you land a shot.
I'm going to show you 20 words, and I want you to memorize as many as you can.
Power? How many words? Let's do this again, guys. Yep. Memorize 10 words, right?
Memorize as many as you can in 10 seconds.
10 seconds. To you can into can to you into I can recognize I can remember 3 words.
You do. Maybe 3, 5, 10 if you're really good at memory tricks.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try again. Ready? Go. Do better that time? Of course you did.
20 words can remember carefully, something like that. 4. Yeah. How much you guys can memorize?
Because you've learned a system of grammar and groups of words and phrases that your brain can combine into meaningful chunks. And this is the skill that Messi, Ronaldo, and Pujols all share.
What? What's the skill? Oh yeah.
Is the skill that Messi, Ronaldo, and meaningful chunks of words and phrases that your brain can combine into meaningful chunks. And this is the skill that Messi, Ronaldo, and Pujols all share.
That's a hard skill set to master, baby.
They're chunking positions of people and angles of legs and spins of balls in order to understand immediately what's going on and what might happen next. The more patterns you absorb in any domain, the less effort it takes to read what's happening and to predict what's coming next. So when Messi walks, he's not resting. He's chunking the entire field, every position, every shift, every gap.
I think this sounds like a bro theory. I'm sure chunky is one of his skill set, but it's just one of many. And I don't think he don't run that much because he can just have a very good like chunky memory. Yeah.
Backline
But I'm also bro lapping too, so
is feeding a pattern library that he's been building since he was 5 years old. And by the time he decides to move, the map is already drawn. And when Ronaldo heads a ball into the net in total darkness, it's because
he's like analyzing all the player position and who's a weak part and which way to go, and if you go through this way and bypass this weak ass motherfucker and you can score easily. Stuff you go through that way, the three annoying fucker is gonna guard you and mess up your scoring plan and stuff. He's doing all this calculation in real time, right? I suppose that's what he's trying to say.
Because he's seen that angle of another player's leg and that ball's trajectory 100 times over and knows the pattern it follows. Chunking isn't reserved for professional athletes. That's just a particularly dramatic demonstration. Your brain builds pattern libraries in whatever domain.
What do you guys think chunking would be good for?
And you spend time in. The more different
I don't know what's chunking, sorry.
situations you expose yourself to, the more raw material your brain has to compress into chunks. And the research suggests a few things that speed this up.
Exposure
First, matters more than just rote
situation.
repetition. Seeing the same exact pattern over and over is less useful than seeing many different patterns.
Okay.
This is why a hitter who faces 100 different pitchers develops better anticipatory skill than one who faces the same pitcher 100 times. The variety forces the brain to build a more general database that can then be used for what psychologists call transfer. That is, taking what you've learned and applying it in totally new situations, just like you do with the language you've learned. If you do tons of repetition in one scenario,
I will do this.
but don't
Ready, get this stock picture. Oh man, those kind of stock pictures, they always have to be very inclusive and stuff. They always have to put a black people and like a female and maybe some Asian guy too. I'm surprised they put a white guy here, and they're always gonna be laughing, and their smile or their laugh, right? It's gonna feel a little bit forced because they are just like paid actor probably to make some promotional like shooting, cause they are broke like college student, right? So right, what am I analyzing a stock picture? But whatever.
just like you do with the language you've learned. If you do tons of repetition in
This kind of stock pictures always are very corny.
one scenario, but don't have a lot of variety, you're building a rigid skill that won't transfer. Variety is what forces your brain to
Variety. That's why I'm a variety streamer. I play indie horror game and I react to shit. Degenerate variety.
create flexible skills. Second, predict before you know.
Predict before
when
you
you
know.
actively guess what's going to happen
Variety.
next, whether you're watching game film or sitting in a meeting, and then check whether you were right. Your brain updates its models faster than if you just passively observe. You should actually always do this.
Have a lot of data and then check your data frequently and then course correct. Yeah.
If you
I think
can.
that's a formula.
In psychological research, there's something called the generation effect. It
Generation
means that
effect.
forcing yourself to generate a guess or a prediction before you see the answer
Generate a prediction before you see the answer primes your brain for better learning. All right. Sure. So I'm gonna generate a prediction before I text my toxic ex-girlfriend. Sure. So I can get her back. Although I hate her, but she's kind of hot too. I don't know, man. Yeah. Generate.
primes your brain for better learning. So whether it's watching film or studying for a test, force yourself to guess
No, it makes sense. It makes sense.
and
Actually,
then see what happens.
actually a good
Doesn't
method.
matter if you're right. You'll learn better. And third, pay attention to the moments you get it wrong. When your prediction
if you want your friends to help you do something, right? If you have friends. Oh, that's mean though. If you want your friend to help you do something, you have to make a prediction of what kind of like response he'll give you, so you can ask the right question. And so he'll how you do the favor. Is that how this works? I don't know.
breaks down, that's an opportunity to expand your
Cool.
pattern library. You actually want to be getting it wrong a lot, at least 15% of the time. Otherwise, what you're doing is too easy.
Okay.
In learning, that's called a desirable difficulty.
Desirable
It's
difficulty.
the single most scientifically backed learning hack in existence.